What's up, guys? It's Emily. So today I'm going to be doing a girl talk about everything with relationships. I asked you guys on my Instagram to drop your questions, so I have actually a couple good questions and I'm going to be answering and giving my honest opinion. So without further ado, leave a like, a comment, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm always making some girl talk content, and I really wanted to do one mainly about relationships. I've done one before, but I have new questions that people have asked me, so we're gonna answer them. The first question I got was long distance relationships. How do you trust someone? So, as you guys may know, I was in a long distance relationship for the last 7 years, and me and my boyfriend Matt, you guys have seen him on my channel. We just recently broke the distance after 7 years. He is now living with me and my parents until we get our own place. So honestly, with long distance, it takes a lot within the person. A lot of people are not capable of pushing through with long distance, and I've got told plenty of times that, oh, your relationship's not gonna last, oh, this person's probably doing stuff behind your back, or you're doing stuff behind that person's back, and oh, I don't know how you're trusting that person. You're gonna get a lot of opinions from the outside, and it takes two strong people to make long distance work. It takes a lot of trust. Trust is the main thing when it comes to long distance, guys. I cannot stress that enough. As jealous as you may get because you guys are 2 states away, or a couple states away, or across the country, it takes a lot of trust within your relationship to build with each other, and it takes a lot of communication within that trust. As long as you're keeping communication as constant and consistent as possible, and you're being open with one another, long distance can work. It definitely can work, because I've been in long distance for the last 7 years, and it took a lot of my jealousy. It took a lot of my I have personal trust issues with old friendships and old relationships I had. And I've been in a long distance prior to Matt, and it didn't work. And my one thing, if they already start showing signs that they're not trustworthy within the first couple months, as fast as you got in that relationship, leave that relationship as fast as you can. Because if they can't even be trusted within a couple months, they're not going to be trusted within a year. It's just not going to work. Okay, next question. Do you believe in second chances? I highly believe in second chances. That's just me personally. I know there are some people that are like, no, absolutely not. But I know there's females, there are males, there are just people in general that have given a significant other of theirs a second chance, regardless of the circumstances. Sometimes it could be the littlest of fights of giving a second chance, or it could have to do with cheating, or it could be something super serious. If it's something super serious, then I wouldn't give the person a second chance. It just really depends on the situation and how far in the relationship you guys are. I feel like if it's just the beginning and the person's already screwing up, I personally wouldn't waste my time of giving a second chance. If it's like 1 year to 2 years that you guys been together, I do believe that you should give the person a second chance. That's just my personal opinion. And take their word and don't doubt them that they won't change, or the issue that happened won't change, or it won't be repetitive. You just gotta, trust comes in this also. You gotta trust the person's word. Not even their words. Words don't mean nothing, actually. You gotta trust the person's actions. If they're showing you their action that there's going to be change, and that's when you got to take their word. So they got to show action before they even show the words, because the words don't mean nothing at the end of the day. But yes, I do believe in second chances. Just depends on the situation. Next one. Do you like men paying for the meal or equal share? This is a really good, interesting question. A lot of people are very controversial with this, like, oh, who should pay the bill? Who should pay for the meal? Now, me personally, this is just me personally. I personally, even if it's like the first date, I personally would like myself to pay for my own meal, to show that I don't need another person to pay for my meal. Unless they offer, like, okay, yeah, I'll pay for the meal for our first date. That's cool. But me personally, I rather do like equal share. That's just me personally. I just feel like men shouldn't always be the ones that have to pay. Yes, it's a nice gesture, but I feel like it should be equal share at the end of the day. Like if the person pays for the meal and you pay for you leave the tip, or if you pay for your meal and he pays for his meal and you both leave a tip. It just really depends. But me personally, I like equal share. I feel like it shouldn't just be one-sided, or one person having to pay for every meal, or like how me and my boyfriend do. Sometimes he'll pay for a meal and then sometimes I'll pay for a meal, or sometimes he'll leave a tip and I'll pay for the meal. It just really depends. When we first went on our first date together, I paid for our first date and we were young. So it really also depends on how old you guys are. If one person's working, it shouldn't be, you shouldn't bring a person down for whatever. Me and Matt started dating when we were 16. I was working before he started working. I didn't mind paying for the meal. It just kind of shows that as a woman, you're more than capable for paying for a date. It's just a date at the end of the day. It's not big of a deal. But yeah, it is a nice gesture when a guy does pay for the first date. But me personally, I just don't prefer that. Okay, next question. Age gap in a relationship. Is there such a thing? Honestly, guys, age gap is a thing. It is very much a thing. There are people that are 23 dating 60-year-olds. There are people that are 19 dating 30-year-olds. There are people that are similar age, 23, 24, 24 and 24. There are people that are dating 50 to 70. It just, age gap is an actual thing, guys. There's nothing wrong with it. Me personally, I just see nothing wrong with it. If you fall in love with somebody way older than you, that's your choice. That's what you prefer. That's your preference. Me personally, I would not date anybody older. Maybe like the closest age that I would date, because I am going to be turning 24. So the closest age that I would date, most likely like 30, the highest. That's it. Maybe even a little younger, maybe like 26, 27. The question was, have you ever not liked one of your friend's boyfriends? Me personally, though, with this question, a lot of my friends, I've never really got involved with their relationship. Like, yes, I've asked questions like, you know, how's the relationship going, blah, blah, blah. But I've never not liked one of my friends' boyfriends unless they genuinely hurt them. But if they decided to go back to them, I really have no say in what they do. It's their life. And if that person, if they want to keep going to that person, that's their choice, you know? But me personally, most of my friends, I've never met their boyfriends. I never try to get involved with people's relationships. I just think it's a little weird. It's cool, like, if they want to talk about their relationship with me, but I'm not going to sit here and judge their relationship and their choices. So, at the end of the day, I never have not liked one of my friend's boyfriends because I've never got to that extent of, like, getting to know them, I guess you could say. And I choose not to know them, because not because I feel some type of way. I don't like getting involved in other people's relationships. Unless it's like family, that's different. Like if it's something within, then, and there's other people involved, like kids or things like that, then I'll be like, if that person, like that the one of my family friend members bring around my cousins, or if they bring around just my family, and if I don't like them, I don't like them, but doesn't mean I'm gonna be disrespectful towards them. If this person's making one of my family members happy, then so be it, but I'm not gonna associate myself with them all the time. Okay, is it okay if your boyfriend won't unfollow someone? Me personally, guys, if my boyfriend had relations with somebody from their past, like an ex or a friend, I don't think my boyfriend should have them on their social media. But if it's somebody that you asked because you feel iffy about a neighbor of theirs, I don't really feel like that should be an issue. If they're like a childhood friend or a neighbor or somebody they grew up with, it shouldn't be an issue. The only thing I'm gonna say is if they're an ex or somebody they had relations with or a sexual relationship with, they shouldn't be following them. Okay, next question. How do you feel about your boyfriend liking other girls' Instagram picture? Honestly, me personally, I don't make it like a big thing. I feel like if they're liking celebrities' photos or a friend that they went to school with, like I said, if it's like somebody they had relations with, an ex, something like that, I'd be pissed. Even when they shouldn't even be on their Instagram in the first place. But if it's just a friend or somebody they grew up with or a classmate that they went to school with, whatever the case, with somebody at work, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, because at the end of the day, it's like you got to put the same energy back. You can't just tell your significant other, hey, you can't be liking this person's photo. It's the same thing back, as in for myself. So if I'm liking one of my old classmates' photos and my boyfriend felt some type of way, I'm gonna respectfully not like it. If he told me no, blah blah blah. But me and Matt, we're pretty good with that. We don't really care about it. Like, it's not something that is a big deal to us. It's just social media. Okay. Opinion on friends with benefits. Listen, my one opinion about this is, do you. If it makes you happy, if you want a friends with benefits relationship, and it's something that you can control your attachment with, if you are more than capable of not getting attached, and so doing something like this you feel happy doing, then do it. At the end of the day, me personally, I would not be able to do friends with benefits, because I feel like I would get emotionally attached. And only because, like, unless I really didn't like the person. What's your biggest red flag? Oh, there's so many. See, Matt, he has like no red flags. That's like the crazy part. He's like the green flag in my life. But I feel like the biggest, okay, I'm gonna name a few. The biggest one, though, is somebody with a big ego and is very cocky and about themselves. I hate a guy that just makes everything about themselves. Like, when within a conversation, they make the conversation just about themselves, but when you're talking about something about you, it's not relevant to them. I feel like big egos is just, it's something that I don't like. I just don't like big egoistic people in general, not just like in a relationship. I just don't like big ego people at all. Another big red flag is someone that doesn't have an ambition or goals in life. I just feel like people should have future goals, people should have present goals, people should have past goals. And those past goals, they should be achieved with the present. Um, I just feel like an unambitious person is super unattractive to me. I just feel like people should always have goals and expectations for what they want in the future and what they want in the present. So that's something, another big red flag to me. Another thing that's a big red flag for me is hygienes. Hygienes, guys, hygienes. I don't like a person that is unhygienic. I hate it. Somebody that does not wear deodorant, somebody that does not take care of their health, somebody that does not just care about their well-being or the way they look, or like want to have self-care days, things like that. I just feel it's super unattractive, and it's not something that I could put up with. Another red flag I would say is somebody that is super controlling. I do not like to be controlled. I do not like to be tamed down. I'm gonna do what I want at the end of the day. Nobody can and cannot tell me what to do. I think super controlling people or like manipulators, I wouldn't be able to put up with it. It's something I would literally break up with somebody for. It's just it's something that's like they try to like turn it always on you. I cannot put up with that. Opinion on moving on quickly. Ooh, this is good. This is a really good question, and I think that's why I picked it, because it was such a good question. My opinion about moving on quickly, me personally, it really depends on the relationship. If it's long term, short term, if there's kids involved, if there's no kids involved, if it's marriage, if it's you guys didn't tie the knot yet. It just really depends on the situation. But me personally, moving on quickly, I just feel like it really shows that you lost interest a long time ago with this person. Question is how to keep a long-term relationship to last. Okay, so I've been with my boyfriend for 7.5 years. I consider it pretty long term, not like my parents. My parents been together for 30 plus years. But I feel like just be yourselves. Enjoy the little things. Communicate. Trust. Communication, I feel like communication is the biggest key to keep a long-term relationship to last. Communicate with the person you love, like whether it's about something that's bothering you within your family, or something that's bothering you within yourself, or something that's bothering you with your kids. Like everybody had, like, relationships have their opinions, but at the end of the day, it's more about understanding one another and respecting each other's thoughts and opinions and ideas. And I feel like it takes a lot of trust to build up to the point also of a long-term relationship, and make things last. And I feel like making everything you guys talked about, like whether it's future-wise or you want kids and things like that, make sure you're making the right decisions and respect one each other. Respect is another thing, is respecting each other. Like, don't disrespect each other. Don't call each other names. Don't be a negative person in their life. That's like your person, This is the person that confides in you to go to. And when it's like constantly just so negative with one another, it's really not gonna last long term. It's just gonna keep getting buried under, and it's just gonna keep building up, and then it's just not gonna last. But being the person, like that person for them, where they could come and confide in you with anything, and feel comfortable enough to talk to you and not just somebody else. And respect each other. Respect is super important to keep a relationship to last. I feel like respect is such a big thing, because like if you want to be respected, you have to deserve respect, you have to earn respect. If you don't respect your significant other, or if you don't respect the person you're with, it's not gonna last. And sometimes people change, but where they start drifting to not, they start losing respect for that person. And that's when you start feeling like you're losing respect for that person, that's where communication comes in ties, where you should be open and honest and tell the person like, hey, I'm not feeling this way about you anymore. Not just keep it, letting it build up, you know, to the point where there's other, like, you got children involved, or you got a house together, or you got things that basically long-term future things that you guys plan to have. You know, it just makes things a little tougher and harder. But I feel like the biggest thing is respect, communication, and trust. And also keeping the relationship alive. I feel like that's the biggest one to me, is keeping the relationship alive and like fun and interesting, and take on each other's interest of hobbies. And you know, whether you don't like something of your significant others, but try to take interest. You know, as long as you're putting in effort, try to take interest. And if it's something that you don't enjoy, then, you know, me and Matt have done a lot of stuff actually since last year into this year. We've done a lot of things that take each other's interest to keep the relationship alive. You know, whether Matt doesn't like painting, or he doesn't take interest of something I do, he'll still do it because it's something that makes me happy. And then honestly, it's something that we both enjoy doing now, is painting together. And something like with him that I'm starting to try to take interest in is the Marvel DC Universe Avengers life. I'm trying to take interest in trying to understand that interest. You know, it's something that he grew up loving. And honestly, like, now I'm starting to try to get into it. So it's just really about keeping the relationship alive. Make sure to always go on dates. Even if it's at home dates, just do spontaneous things for one another, whether it's just go out and get a card for that person, or pick flowers for your significant other, or make a care package. You know, it's just the thought of putting an effort in the relationship to keep it alive. And have fun as you guys get older and build a life together. Have fun. That's all it's about. This person is your person forever. So it's just really about keeping it alive, keeping it fun, spontaneous. And that's that. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this girl talk. I tried my best to give the best advice to you all. I hope nobody feels offended by my thoughts and my opinions about this. You know, everybody has their own thoughts and opinions, but this is just my opinion about relationships in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.